I'm excited to be here today to speak to you about my experience as a woman in leadership to help celebrate Women's History Month. In this video, I plan to discuss my personal journey into leadership and how my experiences have shaped me. My path into city leadership was not a traditional one. In fact, most of my career has been spent in the private sector. But let me back up and talk to you about an even earlier time. So moved to Bloomington in 1993. I was 20 years old, single mom, and had a 3-month-old baby girl. My first job out of the gate was as an accounts receivable collections clerk. I was a junior at Illinois State University and majoring in accounting. Quickly realized that that was not going to be the career choice for me. And it just so happened that at the same similar time, there was a woman at Glass Specialty who took me under her wing and tried to mentor me as her successor in HR management. Fortunately, she did move, or unfortunately, did have to move with her husband who worked for State Farm. And so thankfully, I had already begun to learn her role and I moved right into the HR management position. And it's pretty much history from there. So I did complete my bachelor's degree at Illinois State. I did go on to complete my MBA. And my career, like I said, has been a little bit non-traditional, but in hindsight has prepared me to be the leader I am today. It took me on a path of different industries. And so I unintentionally got to spend time in the education industry. I spent a few years in the banking industry, quite a few years in the healthcare industry, and now I am in a role in city leadership, local government, and I could not love it more. I am also going back to school to get my doctorate in public administration. That has been an eye-opener, and I have discovered through my courses and my time here at the city that I do belong in a public service role. I do believe in the servant leadership mentality and the model that it serves. And I do know that we are talking about Women's History Month, but I would advocate for all underrepresented groups. We need to empower each other. We need to lift each other up. We need to support each other in everything that we do. I took the experience I had in my first position where I was taken on and taken under her wing, and I've really tried to embody that in my career moving forward. I've tried to pay it forward. I do try to empower those that work with me in my department, as well as other female colleagues. I think it is so important that we support each other and, like I said, lift each other up when the going gets tough. Speaking of when the going gets tough, since we are talking about Women's History Month specifically, there are two female leaders in history that I really look to for inspiration. One is Maya Angelou, and the other one is Eleanor Roosevelt. So, as part of Women's History Month, I would like to share a couple of quotes from them that really reside with me. Maya Angelou: each time a woman stands up for herself without knowing it, possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women. And the quote by Eleanor Roosevelt: no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. So both of these quotes do really embody how I believe what I believe to be key to being a leader, but not only a leader of an underrepresented group. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about one other person who was a leader and a mentor, female leader and mentor for me, and that's my mom. My mom was tough as nails. My mom is no longer with us, but her lessons and her memory live far beyond her years. So two quotes from her that will always stick with me. When the going gets tough, these were the words she would always say to us. Her most famous one was SIU, suck it up. And so really didn't have a lot of time for sympathy. And that sticks with me. She was, like I said, tough as nails, and really passed that on to us. Her second quote, which this one I think I think of a lot, and that is, "Take the high road. There's less traffic up there." And so when I am having a tough day, or I'm feeling frustrated, or just feel like maybe just giving up and walking away for a little bit, I really stop and think about her words. Suck it up, take the high road. There's less traffic up there. And those are what gets me through the tough times. So I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you all. Like I said, I have what I would consider a non-traditional career path. Um, but I do believe that if I can do it, anyone can do it. And I do believe that Women's History Month is a good time to recognize everything that we have done as women leaders and women in leadership. And I'm very proud to work with all of you. And thank you for all that you do.